happens when you shoot your mouth off right before elections.
I can fix it!
How the fuck are you gonna do that?
I got...
Heading up the back stairs.
In the kitchen! Get on the floor! Move! Put your phones in the sink! Take them out!
The movie kicks off with Rory, this super gloomy guy, pouring his heart out to his therapist, Dr. Donna. He straight up admits that the mess his marriage turned into is totally on him. No bitterness toward his ex-wife, just him owning up to his mistakes. Donna, though, keeps nudging him to see if there's a way to fix things. Rory hesitates, basically saying it's a lost cause. Then she brings up his son, hinting that maybe he could patch things up there. But Rory struggles to even think of a reason to believe that could work. Later that night, there's a whole different vibe. A bunch of guys grab a young dude and drag him into this intense interrogation. They dunk him underwater, and he's choking and panicking. Desperate to survive, he starts promising he'll fix whatever went wrong. He's like, "I've got a whole crew, we'll make this right." Jump to a bar scene, where some guys are chilling over drinks. Everyone's having a good time until Scalvo makes a call to Mr. Kelly, ordering him to pass the phone to Kobe, who's right there in the bar. Kelly does as he's told, and Scalvo's tone shifts to serious. He tells Kobe to leave the bar ASAP if he's serious about wanting a job. Kobe listens, ending the call quickly. Meanwhile, three guys are huddled together, hashing out this crazy plan to rob the mayor at an upcoming party. They've thought it all through, step by step. Rory, on the other hand, throws a curveball. He demands to be paid exactly $3,240, not a penny more or less. Even though this amount is a bit over $3,000, he won't budge. He even threatens to walk away from the whole thing if they don't agree. The others reluctantly cave in, and the plotting continues. The plan: sneak in through the water and grab the stash of cash. Sounds simple, right? Fast forward to the night of the heist. The crew is on a boat, but it's not smooth sailing. The boat gets stuck and water starts pouring in. Somehow, they manage to get back on track and reach the target. They storm into the restaurant, masked and armed, expecting a quick and easy job. But surprise, the kitchen is swarming with way more staff than they expected. Instead of 6 people, there's a full crew working. Kobe steps up, taking charge. He rounds up the scared workers and locks them in the freezer. The gang then heads to the spot where the cash is supposed to be, only to find out they're too late. Most of the money had already been taken in earlier pickups. Their delay has cost them big time. Tensions are running high now, and out of nowhere, a chef pulls out a gun and tries to fight back. Scalvo manages to overpower the guy, but in the struggle, Scalvo's mask slips off, exposing his face. The group moves into another part of the building, where they find the mayor and his crew. They demand valuables, jewelry, gold, anything shiny. The mayor, Michelli, tries to hide his gold, but Scalvo catches him and forces him to hand it over. Then things spiral out of control. Gunshots ring out, chaos erupts, and one of the gang members is hit. Scalvo doesn't make it. Rory and Kobe escape, but Kobe's hurt bad and can barely move. Even though he's injured, Kobe insists they take a key from a police officer. While driving, Kobe gets a weird feeling and stops the truck. He tells Rory someone might be hiding in the back, but Rory doesn't buy it. They open the truck, and sure enough, they're met with gunfire. Meanwhile, back at the scene of the robbery, a quirky detective named Frank shows up. He's digging for clues, asking witnesses about what went down. The mayor tells him about a special bracelet, an heirloom from his grandfather, that was stolen by the robbers. As for Rory and Kobe, they manage to jack a car and make their way to a hideout. Rory calls Richie, one of their crew, to break the news that Scalvo's dead and Kobe's in bad shape. Rory also demands his payment ASAP. Richie tells him to lay low and promises to send a doctor. Detective Frank, though, isn't letting this go. He pays Richie a visit, convinced Richie knows something about the gang, especially Scalvo. Frank, knowing Richie's connections, pushes hard, but Richie denies everything. This leaves Frank irritated, but he's not giving up. Back at the hideout, Rory and Kobe are lying low, unloading the stolen cash and a few pieces of jewelry, including that gold bracelet. While waiting for the doctor Richie promised, Rory opens up about his struggles. He talks about drowning in debt, the legal mess he's dealing with, and how it's all taken a toll on his relationship with his son and ex-wife. Kobe, in turn, shares stories about his close bond with his brother, emphasizing how tight they were. Their chat is interrupted when a man and a woman show up, pretending to be doctors. They check on Kobe, but seem way more interested in the stolen goods. They're clearly disappointed with how little cash there is, but their eyes light up when they see the gold bracelet. Guns come out, and tensions skyrocket, but Rory and Kobe aren't stupid. They had rigged the place to leak gas, making it a death trap if anyone fired a shot. This clever move gives them the upper hand, and they manage to walk away unscathed, leaving the fake doctors behind. Right after Rory and Kobe escaped the house, the whole place went up in flames. Boom! Completely destroyed. Meanwhile, Richie was busy updating his boss, Bessie, about Detective Frank snooping around. Apparently, Frank was looking for the two robbers who had taken the mayor's bracelet. Out of nowhere, Rory shows up at Dr. Donna's office, uninvited and clearly in a rush. Even though she was slammed with work, she noticed his urgency and stepped out to talk. Rory hit her with a wild idea. He suggested faking a hostage situation with her as the victim. Surprisingly, it wasn't as crazy as it sounded. They had actually planned this ahead of time. Donna was in on it and agreed to go along. Together, they headed back to the hideout, where Kobe was sprawled out on a table, still hurt. Even though Donna wasn't practicing as a doctor anymore, she had some AR experience under her belt. She jumped in to help, introducing herself as Dr. Donna. While she worked on Kobe, she and Rory had a tense conversation. Donna seemed cooperative, but behind the scenes, she secretly called the cops, thinking Rory's mental health record would keep him from getting serious jail time, even if he got arrested. Soon, the cops rolled up, surrounding the building. Rory and Kobe had no choice but to try to make a run for it. To their shock, Dr. Donna hopped in the car with them. She refused to let them face a shootout alone, claiming she couldn't sit by and watch them die. The escape quickly turned into a wild ride. Rory drove like a madman, dodging cop cars and even a helicopter that joined the chase. Somehow, against all odds, they managed to shake off the cops and made their way to Mr. Kelly's bar, hoping to lie low. Frank eventually showed up at the bar, throwing everyone into a panic. People scrambled to hide, but Kelly didn't seem bothered. Instead of busting anyone, he made it clear he just wanted the mayor's bracelet back. After the crew handed it over, things took an unexpected twist. Kelly left with Donna, making it look like he was rescuing her from the robbers. Moments after they left, an explosion rocked the bar, but Rory and Kobe somehow managed to slip away unharmed again. They hit the road, hopping on a bus, and started brainstorming their next move. The plan? Hit the mayor one more time. This time, they disguised themselves as firefighters and aim for the big score. Once they reached Boston, they executed their plan with sharp precision. Chaos erupted when the Real firefighters showed up, and the mayor was rushed to safety. Meanwhile, Rory and Kobe climbed the stairs, ignoring the shouts to stop. They barged into the mayor's office, locking the door behind them. Inside, they found Attorney Allen frozen in his chair, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. They cracked open the safe, which was stuffed with cash. Allen tried to bargain with them, desperate to save himself. Before anything could come of it, gunfire erupted outside, spraying the office with bullets. Somehow, Rory and Kobe escaped serious harm, though Kobe caught a minor injury. Then, there was a knock at the door. Dr. Donna. She walked in, calm but cautious. She sat with them and started asking questions, focusing mainly on Rory. When she asked how he was holding up, Rory admitted he didn't want to die. Kobe echoed the same sentiment, both of them showing rare vulnerability. Rory, overwhelmed, said he was ready to turn himself in, but Donna advised him to keep running instead. She left the office with Allen, leaving Rory and Kobe to figure out their next move. The two robbers decided to cause a massive distraction. They grabbed bundles of cash from the safe and started tossing it out of the building. The sight of money raining down on the streets sent people into a frenzy. Citizens and cops alike scrambled to grab the bills, creating the perfect diversion for Rory and Kobe to escape. Adding to the confusion, the mayor publicly claimed the money wasn't his, which only made things messy, eh? Amid the chaos, Rory and Kobe bolted, hopping into a fire truck to make their getaway. It seemed like their escape was going smoothly, until another truck slammed into them. Their vehicle came to a screeching halt, and Detective Frank appeared, gun drawn and ready to end the chase. Kobe tried to reason with him, but it looked like the negotiation wasn't going anywhere. The next thing we see, both Rory and Kobe are locked in a prison cell. Meanwhile, at the airport, the tables turned on the mayor. The police caught up with him, unraveling his plan to flee. He was arrested, and with him out of the picture, the Chinese candidate rose to power, becoming the new mayor. Back in prison, Rory and Kobe's luck shifted. Thanks to some key evidence they'd previously handed over to Frank, the two were released. But the money they had stolen was long gone, and they had to accept their losses. After their release, the pair parted ways, each heading off to face an uncertain future. Kobe sought out Dr. Donna, maybe looking for some guidance or closure. Rory, on the other hand, went to see his son. When they finally stood face to face, neither of them said a word. Instead, they just looked at each other, their silence heavy with emotion, regret, pain, and perhaps a tiny spark of hope for a fresh start. And that's the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.